welcome back to our quarantine kitchen. Chef Korina is here today when we're gonna do a what's left in your fridge budget dinner, making a creamy chicken and vegetable pasta. Something delicious and easy to make, super quick, only took us about 20 minutes?
Yeah, 20. That's about right.
So we're excited to show you how this all turned out. If you stay tuned to the end of the video, we have also a very exciting announcement to share with you guys. Looking forward to telling you that in a minute. So let's get into it.
Okay, so I'm just going to start with slicing up some veggies for our chicken and pasta dish. I just grabbed some mushrooms, just some white buttons, slice those up. I'm going to cut up an onion, probably just half an onion. Slice it real thin, half moons. Chop up some garlic. Dice up a fresh tomato into small little pieces. So I started off with a pot of water. I seasoned it heavily with salt, probably about a tablespoon to maybe two. Brought it to a rapid boil. I'm going to throw spaghetti in. You could use thin spaghetti or fettucine or any like long pasta works best. So you want to harden your pasta so your creamy sauce sticks. If you're doing something with like oil-based sauce or something a little lighter, thinner spaghetti works, but I prefer just regular for this. Gonna break it in half with my weak little hands, just so it's a little easier to eat and manage when I'm cooking it. So as this starts to cook, I'm going to turn it down a little bit just so it doesn't stick to the bottom of the pot. And I'll stir it occasionally just to kind of keep the noodles cooking evenly. Okay, so we're going to let this go for probably about 6 to 8 minutes, I would guess. Then we're going to go ahead and take chicken breasts. Now I've just taken real cheap chicken breasts from the grocery store, bargain bin stuff. I'm going to season them with my seasoning salt. And while I'm doing that, I'm heating up my cast iron pan. And I'm going to add some oil to the bottom of it. I'm going to put my chicken down. Let that cook for a little bit, probably 2 minutes, just to give it a good sear. my seared chicken out of the pan, threw it on a cookie sheet, and I've got my oven set to 350. I'm going to throw these in for probably about 6 to 7 minutes. It should time out just fine, bringing everything back together. So as I cook up my veggies for my sauce, I want to keep in mind kind of the hardiness of the vegetable. So I'm going to add a little bit more oil, and I'm going to start with my most dense veggie, which is my onion. I've got some other things that are going to fall in with it, but that's fine. So I'm just cooking up with that flavor. Bringing my temperature down just a little bit so it's not burning. So I'm going to let these brown a little bit, just tenderize them. Then I'm going to add my mushrooms. So mushrooms will soak up a lot of moisture and a lot of oil. So I'm going to add a little bit more oil to the pan. And I'm going to go ahead and salt right away. Salt pretty heavily so it picks up all the flavors throughout the pasta. Just to kind of tie it together to the salt that we put in the water for the pasta. This is going to continue to cook as we go along, so I'm going to go ahead and add my garlic. I minced up 2 cloves. I'm just going to brown this a little bit. Starting to get really aromatic, so I'm going to add about 1.5 cups of chopped frozen spinach, so this can start to kind of melt and deglaze the bottom of the pan. So most people at home don't have this, but I have just a little bit of chicken stock and like fat that I have saved up that I had frozen in my freezer, so I'm just going to add this. Typically when I do this I add like a little bit of chicken base, like bouillon. Let this melt and kind of deglaze the pan. So I have a can of cream of chicken soup. I'm gonna add and then I'm going to just rinse the can with some water and add that to my pan as well. We're going to let this cook down a bit. Alright, so we're looking for al dente pasta, which means tooth to tooth, so it's got a little bit of a bite to it. We've got a little bit more to go. Some coarse ground pepper. Alright. Gonna add a little bit of oil to my pasta pan. Check on my chicken. we are just about there. I'm gonna throw it in the sauce just to finish it. And then I'm gonna add my tomatoes. Tomatoes tend to break down really quickly because there's a lot of water content in them, especially in like fresh. So I like to add them at the end, just so they kind of add a little bit of acidity and a little bit of brightness to it. Alright, so we're gonna let that sit for a minute, grab our pasta. Pasta after. You shouldn't add it when you're boiling it. There's kind of a misnomer that if you add it to the pan or like add it to the boiling water, it'll help keep it from sticking, which it does, but then it gets really mushy because it takes on a lot of fat and water. Chicken breast, like that. Grab a little Parmesan, sprinkle a little Parmesan over the top. Ta-da! Dinner.
Thanks so much for tuning in for another Quarantine Kitchen. We have two things to announce. One, we're going to have an amazing dinner. And two, the most exciting news of all, we are reopening on Friday, May 8th. We're going to do a 4 to 8 p.m. dinner. We'll get out the menu as soon as possible to you guys so you can start looking ahead and pre-ordering whatever you'd like. And we're going to be open from Tuesday through Saturday, 4 to 8 p.m. Looking forward to sharing all of our great new ideas and seeing all your happy faces again. And with that, cheers. Cheers.